Hi, welcome to Martial Arts Explorer. I'm Scott Combs. This program is dedicated to the practical application of self-defense techniques as revealed in classical forms of all styles. The Kyusho Jitsu Kenkyukai presented a seminar recently. Instructors in attendance included Master Pat Young, Master Dave Poirier, and Master Josh Countryman. Master Countryman covered body motion, using the body more efficiently. Now, for anyone who hasn't spent much time looking at this subject, it can be quite revealing. Oftentimes, the difference between a technique working and not working is posture, body alignment. It's a simple and powerful concept. For the next few shows, we will explore ways we can use the body more efficiently. Here's Master Countryman.
And what I want everybody to do, you're going to bend at the waist and you're going to allow your upper body to literally just hang. And the really important part of this is letting your head hang. We have a tendency when we're doing this to kind of like to look around and look up and do things like that, but you can't. You have to let your head totally relax and just dangle, okay? That's a really important piece. So everybody hang down here. And just let your body hang. Every time you take a breath, let your body sink a little bit lower. Let your head relax a little bit more forward. Now what we're going to do in just a second is I'm going to have everybody roll slowly back up into a standing position. And what you're going to do is as you're rolling, you're going to allow your head to continue to hang. You're going to roll and stack your vertebrae one by one. Alright, so you're going to be straightening your spine up and stacking your spine. And the very last thing that's going to come up is your head. That'll be the very last thing. Alright? And when you're done, your head should feel like it has literally just been set on top of your neck. Okay? So slowly begin to roll up. Let your arms dangle. Slowly roll up, roll up. And the last thing up is your head. The very last thing up is your head. Your shoulders should feel settled back into place. You should feel tall. The rib cage should be open. Make sure that as part of this rolling up process that you don't just do this. Because I didn't finish rolling up, did I? If I'm in this hunched position, this whole part of my spine has not been rolled up. So the last thing up, the shoulders have to come up, and the last thing up is your head. And once you get that, you should feel pretty tall. You should feel in pretty good alignment. You know that you did this right if you look down, and your hands are at a 45-degree angle to your body. If your shoulders are too far back, your alignment of your hands will be parallel. In other words, military attention, right? Military attention, they push the shoulders back, the hands are parallel to the body. If you slouch too far forward, your hands will start to rotate in like this so that they become parallel to the front plane of your body. But if everything is in alignment, you're going to have this nice 45-degree angle, which of course, as you know, is what we want. Now what I want everybody to do, maintaining in your torso and in your head and in your neck, maintaining that feeling of very straight, I want you to get into a horse stance. So you might need a little bit of room. Alright. Good. Alright. Now what I want everybody to do, you know, power is generated through hip rotation. Right? You all do that, right? Cool. So what I want you to do then is imagining now that you are literally, you have this vertical axis coming up through your body. Rotate your hips. And you can keep your head forward, because that's, of course, where your opponent might be. But rotate your body. Now, this concept of this vertical rotation is very, very important. It is... Grab this for a second. We talk about small circle all the time, right? The smallest circle that this thing can rotate on is literally on its axis. Right? Does that make sense? Is rotating on its axis. This is the smallest and most efficient way for this to rotate. If I slouch even just a little bit and rotate, it takes a lot more energy in order to rotate that. You can actually even feel that in the bow. Stand it up straight and just rotate it right along its axis, right? So it just spins. Easy, right? Bend it just a little bit and try and rotate it. You have to pick it up though. Oh. Yeah, put it at an angle, now spin it. Takes a little bit more, doesn't it? Yeah. All right. So the same thing applies to our body. First technique I think we'll apply this to will be a joint technique, palm turn. I hate palm turns. I'm not very good at them. But one of the reasons why I wasn't very good at them is because instead of using efficient body motion, I was trying to overpower my opponent, which if you look at me, you know that that's probably not going to happen. Okay? So, Brandon, if you would. Nahanchi Shodan, opening technique, right, is this. And we stab. Very, very common application is the attacker comes, push with the right hand there. They push, and you trap the hand, and then you cross and you put on the joint lock. The biggest problem that I always had, partly because I was small, but also partly because I wasn't using my body right, is once I would trap that hand, I would be trying to move his body. I was really caught up with moving his body. So I'd put my whole body weight into trying to move his body. And I had a really hard time doing that. Right? I'm leaning into it, I'm trying to fold over this thing, and I'm trying to drag him. And of course, if you look at that body alignment, I'm all bent over, I'm not able to generate my power efficiently. This is very awkward to do, and obviously doesn't have any effect on my opponent at all. If I rotate along the center axis, right, I just rotate my body, I get a much better reaction. That's really easy. All right? So what I want you to do, and how many people are the muscle, tend to try and drag on this particular technique? Yeah? Anybody? Some people? Yeah. This one's tough. That's why I hate it. So do it both ways so that you can feel the difference. When the push comes, you try and use the whole body, leaning in and all that kind of stuff. Second time it comes in, just spin your body, rotate along that center axis, and see what the difference in your reaction is going to be. Okay? Cool. Go.
When done correctly, a palm turn can be very painful. So if you want to try this technique at home, remember to be careful. You want to make it work, but you don't want to injure your friend, and we're not responsible for any injuries that may occur. Remember, a quick double tap is the signal to release pressure immediately. We love getting your emails. Send them to explorer@fullcirclemartialarts.org. For Martial Arts Explorer and Michael Kleinepeer, I'm Scott Combs.